Moose, the music.
Oh man, it's time. It's time.
Oh man, every time we hear the Imperial March, dude, you know it's time.
Oh
Moose,
man,
how you doing?
it's doing good.
Yeah,
What a week.
very eventful.
Oh man, I mean, there's been so much news this week, man.
It's a lot, man. It's a busy news cycle, surprisingly, considering it's just wireless stuff, right?
Oh man, I mean there's just so much to talk about this week to wrap it up, man.
We'll see if we have any other guests stop by. We may have one or two more. We shall see. But it's me and Moose. We're gonna carry the show tonight. Moose, what's on our agenda, man? What are we definitely gonna get to today?
Well, we're going to be talking about a couple things, right? We have the usuals, right? The T-Mobile Verizon story, AT&T story,
Right.
MobileX. You're going to bring that up, right? US Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Spectrum Mobile, XFinity Mobile taking more and more customers from Verizon. That's pretty good news story right there. But yeah, where do you want to begin?
I think what we should do is start with the T-Mobile Verizon squibble squabble. All right, it's kind of spilling into the telco streets, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The story, I guess. Let's take this back. Okay, so this goes back a long time ago. AT&T, Verizon, the big two, right? These ginormous companies. T-Mobile, the little scrappy carrier that's just trying to fight to get in the game. John Ledger era, Dumb and Dumber, all that goes back pretty far, right? Moose, you were pretty familiar with that era because you were actually in it.
Yeah, there was a period of time where they even got like a billboard right next to the Verizon store at Times Square, and they even brought in like trucks. Remember that? There was like a marketing campaign, and there was like I forgot the marketing campaign, but T-Mobile did this campaign against Verizon, man. It was pretty nasty. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. And now, like, I suppose Verizon's sick of getting called out or whatever, getting dogged by T-Mobile, and this week they swung back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There was like an article that was published on like the newsroom or whatever, the news center on Verizon's homepage, webpage, Verizon.com news. And they were basically highlighting all of the uncarriers, very carrier things. And honestly, Moose, they were things that we've talked about on the channel. So it's not news to us for us to read that list of items and say, well, that's not really all that uncarrier. Like we've done that on episodes of the podcast. I've covered it on, channel updates and stuff like that. But it was unusual because Verizon never really responded before. Maybe they never felt compelled to. It's not really their style. I don't know. It could be just the identity of the company. They just don't do that sort of thing. But this kind of feels like they swung back a little bit. That's kind of telling, don't you think, Moose?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I mean, think about it like this, right? So you're the King Kong for many years, okay? You have unprecedented performance, unprecedented reliability, unprecedented coverage, right? And now you have the scrappy carrier that purchased another scrappy carrier but had a lot of spectrum. Night and day difference immediately. Not only do they have more customers, not only do they have more capacity that they could potentially deploy, right? 2 years later, right, 2020 to 2022, right, when the merger closed, you now have a legitimate second stream of deactivations. Before it was, only your main competition, right? Your other half to this coin, right? The mobile story, right? AT&T and Verizon were competing for subs. Now T-Mobile has completely rewritten the script.
Right.
And
they've been the growing company, right? And they merged with Sprint and they got big, right?
They got big, they got spectrum. the only thing that they needed is capital to actually deploy everything.
Right.
Yeah. And one of the things that T-Mobile has yet to really impress me with, right, is the fact that for all their successes, right, they still lack network security. They still lack reliability on the network. You cannot do a FaceTime call from site to site. It's just terrible, right?
You think that's more prevalent than just my market? You think others have that?
Yeah. I tested it in the Dallas market. I've tested it in SoCal market, right?
Same thing.
You can, I mean, what is a speed test? Okay. Who cares if a speed test is like a 1.5 gig on the down if you cannot go from site to site without dropping frames on the call or losing the connection? Come on, man.
Yeah, it's frustrating, man. Well,
I mean, these are facts, man.
Well, so the thing circles back to this. I mean, they've always had, they always had the puncher's spirit, right? They were always swinging up at the bigger guys, and now that they've become one of the big guys, I feel like Verizon sees them and they're aggravated, and I also think the blood is boiling at Verizon a little bit. I think there's something there that has never been there before, like the conditions of the marketplace. Verizon is seemingly showing some weakness. Coming off of a weak Q1, which historically they have weak Q1s. But the fear is if they start having, say, for example, this is Q2, we're like in the heart of it. We have, what, 4 more weeks, Moose?
Less. I mean, technically, we have a couple more days left, less than 30 days left.
Okay, so I'm giving them 4 weeks, right? And if they were somehow able to turn around and make this a big quarter, then a lot of this just washes under the bridge. But if they have a bad Q2, this would be the first time they ever had 2 bad quarters in a row, and the first time they've ever had a bad Q2. So they typically bounce back. So are they swinging back because of those types of things?
Well, I mean, I've been hearing a lot. I've been hearing a lot of things. Store managers complaining that people are not coming into their stores.
Foot traffic.
Foot traffic's down. Tyrone's been hearing a lot of things. You've been hearing a lot of things. Everybody's hearing a lot of things about Verizon. And that is,
usually
I think,
when we hear things about Verizon, there's stuff going on.
Exactly. And
it's a very tight-lipped company. Usually when we hear things out of T-Mobile, stuff's getting around through different channels. AT&T is pretty tight too sometimes. So like Verizon's like super tight, we had no idea what was happening with Ronan Dunn. We had no idea what was happening with Tammy Irwin. Like those things tight. So if we're hearing stuff, I mean, smoke and fire, right?
That's right. And that's why I'm thinking that something big is occurring right now. I think that this might be, if I'm going to do a prediction, and I know we talked about this earlier before the show, I predicted in 2021, right, that Verizon was having a lot of issues, right, back then. But I was a year off. I felt like I was a year off now that I've seen the tea leaves. Ladies and gentlemen, let me put it to you like this, and let me reiterate what I was telling Sneed like months ago. The strategy that Verizon is trying to do did not work for AT&T during the John Donovan era. Which was
more about that, Moose.
Yeah, so the strategy under John Donovan, this was 2014, 15, 16, and up until 17, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was, we're going to take our existing base and upgrade them to the highest possible plan because we would give them benefits and other perks for being on our service. Okay. But one of the things that has recently happened, which you guys have heard in the most recent podcast, right? Which was 2 days ago, right, Sneed? 2 days ago, the podcast?
Yep.
AT&T has foregoed having HBO Max on their top level plan, right? Now, if memory serves me correctly, AT&T was also the first company to get rid of, or to not get rid of, to increase pricing on legacy plans. Verizon followed immediately. AT&T immediately, literally like 2 weeks done. AT&T then removes HBO Max. Sneed and I are on the same page about what's going to happen next. I mean, the writing is on the wall, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I
Verizon.
I think the bundle, the Disney bundle, I think that is at risk of going away.
Disney bundle, Apple Music included, Apple News included,
Unless they
whatever else.
It for the most expensive plan.
I don't even think that. I think that every single, I think what I, from my people, from what they've been telling me.
You know what, Moose? That makes sense, because why did they set up the whole Play Plus thing, right?
Exactly. So from what my people have been telling me, right, is Play Plus is going to replace any discount, any perk that Verizon currently has, and this is how they're going to do it. They're going to be bundling all of your services under one bill, under Play Plus. So Hulu, HBO Max.
Getting you a 10% discount.
And giving you a 10% discount because, well, depending on the plan that you choose. That's another thing too, Sneeze. So if you're on the starter plan, you get a different discount than. So
it'd be levels, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Let's get to some super chats real quick, Moose, and then we can get back to this. It's a good talking point. I'm not trying to overlook it. Big shout out to AR. Thanks for the super chat. We'll definitely get to the MobileX combo. In fact, what we'll do for you, AR, is we'll do that next, okay? We'll get to that. And also, big shout out to supporter and subscriber, viewer, friend of the channel, Franco, with this huge super chat. Thank you, man. T-Mobile needs to improve security, offer deals to single-line users if they want to continue growing. Why should a business owner with a single line of Magenta MAX be paying $50 for home internet? It's not a bad idea. The growth has been there for them, though. I think in the case of T-Mobile, they're looking at it like, if it ain't broke, what is there to fix? I mean, if we're growing and our promos are resonating with the average customer, and 6 or 7 out of 10 customers are taking advantage of these promos, then why change it? Now, if things start to spin away from them and Verizon starts to grow, or AT&T's growth is sustaining, and there's no more Sprint to take, right? Because they whoever wanted to churned. Well, then, yeah, I think they need to pivot. But until that time comes, Franco, I'm not sure they're willing to change anything. It's almost kind of like they got a formula of such. Yeah. So Moose, let's continue with this concept, right?
Yeah.
And speaking about Verizon and why did they develop this whole Play Plus thing? I think it is essentially that. I think it is a platform that brings together a convenience, a portfolio, and a suite of media content. I mean, let's talk about what Hans has said in the past, Moose. He has said, we want to be a massive content distributor. We're forming partnerships at every turn, right?
Right.
He's telling us that. Like, he wants a portfolio of like 15 or 20 things. And then you could essentially maybe build something like a la carte. So like maybe Verizon could be your cable operator, right? And in terms of TV.
In terms of streaming, yeah.
Yeah, and everything would be on demand, right? Like, who knows? Maybe they do form a partnership for the mobile customer, a la what T-Mobile has done, where they give you like a partial discount on YouTube Live. And since they have a pre-existing relationship with Hulu, maybe they do it with Hulu Live. Maybe Verizon ends up with 20 things you could choose from. Hey, you got the Get More. You got 3 lines on a Get More. Pick 3 things. Here's a discount for each one of these things. And then, of course, they get their little kickback from the distribution, right? They're going to turn it into a business transaction. They no longer want to keep it as something included, decreasing their ARPU. Because every time they have to pay Disney Plus and these other, companies that own the content, that increases their spending, right? And all that stuff is going to go up, Moose.
Oh yeah, I anticipate. Right. Yeah, I anticipate HBO Max will be $20 because of the inflation and the additional costs. But also, let me just bringing this to your attention as well. Anytime a carrier gives something for free, okay, the way that the streaming service has done that transaction is, okay, Verizon, if I'm Disney and I'm telling Verizon how this is going to go, Disney told Verizon back in 2019, right, Sneed, that the Disney bundle? Yep, 2019. So back in 2019, Verizon negotiated a wholesale rate for every single one of their subscribers, including business customers. They can take advantage of the deal of the Disney bundle. I'm going to give you Disney between 30 to 45% of the cost of Disney Plus at the time. I'm going to give that to you for every subscriber. One, because I want a perk on my service. Two, you're going to give it to me at that rate because you want to inflate your numbers for your investors. Keep that in mind. We're going to bring that back. We're going to bring that back in a little bit. Number two is critical. Number three, in 2019, any additional bundles, I want to be the first one that you talk to. So I want exclusivity. That's three.
Jump on the market.
Exactly. Right? So now let's switch over to HBO Max. AT&T purchased Time Warner for the reasons of doing a streaming service. Because of the litigation and the lawsuit and whatever, HBO Max was not able to launch earlier than Disney Plus, which it could have. Remember, we talked about this.
It would have been a different outcome, Moose.
Yeah, it would have been a completely different outcome.
Because look how it took off. Yeah. I mean, look at HBO Max. It took off and it was late.
Exactly. HBO Max could have been the #1 streaming service in the world just because of timing. Now, obviously, to really capitalize on that, they probably would have even reduced the price because we anticipate, and when I say we, Tyrone, myself, and Sneed, we all know that the streaming platforms are going to increase the price eventually. There's no way that this is the introductory price right now. Look at Netflix. There was an introductory price. Now look at how much it is. Same thing with Disney Plus. The yearly Disney Plus is more expensive now.
Hey, Moose, we have a visitor.
Yeah. Go down.
Say hi, Yasmin. Don't.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay. Yasmin wanted to say hi. And Yasmin, did you want to comment on Disney Plus? Do you like it?
Yes.
You like Disney Plus? Tell them you like Disney Plus and tell them the shows you like.
I like Forky.
What about Grogu and Mandalorian? You like those?
Yeah.
Yeah. She likes Star Wars stuff. She likes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and I like Forky.
Forky.
I don't even know what Forky is.
I know. Yasmin, I don't know if anybody knows what Forky is, but you like Disney Plus. You use it. We watch it all the time, right?
Forky is from Toy Story.
Ah, she likes Toy
Story. Oh, the fork.
Yeah, the spork, dude.
Yeah, the spork, yeah.
Yeah, the sporky, dude. We watch Mandalorian. We watch Star Wars. We watch Avengers.
Sometimes two times on Disney Plus, I watched Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff too. So do you like Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Do you want to keep it or should we get rid of it, Yasmin?
Keep it.
So we should keep paying for it?
Yes.
So what if Verizon takes it away from us? Should we pay for it anyways or should we go and fight Verizon?
Pay for it.
We should pay for it? Okay. Thanks for your opinion, little one. Thank you. Say bye to everybody.
Why?
Because you got to go to sleep.
No, not yet.
Yeah, you do. Very soon. Yep. Thanks for stopping by. Love you. Yalla, come on. Come on, Yasmin. Go ahead, Moose. Do you remember where you left off?
Yeah, so if HBO Max, if the Time Warner transaction closed in 2017 or early 2018, right? Instead of way late, right? We would have a completely different streaming landscape right now. HBO Max would be #2. Disney Plus would be #3. And I have a very strong feeling that Hulu would actually be number 5. Apple TV Plus would be number 4. But that's just my opinion on the situation because of how cheap it is and how it's bundled with Apple. As you know, Apple is a behemoth, man. The first $1 trillion company, and they're not going to be sneezed at easily.
Hey, Moose, I think there's a couple of things that are they're waiting, right? They're in holding patterns that are going to be coming out of Apple very soon. A couple of devices, and I think there's a couple of like digital platforms. Apple's not just sitting down and resting on their laurels. They're going to be content creators, content providers, because anything that's subscription based, they want in. That recurring payment every month, Moose, is money in the bank. You just have to create a good product or a good service, whatever it is, and people will pay for it. So I think Apple's got something in the works, and then the carriers would be smart to get involved as distribution channels, right? So you would want that partnership. I mean, I'd say AT&T has a good relationship with Apple, wouldn't you say?
AT&T has always had a good relationship with Apple. I mean, look at 2007, man, the original iPhone, right? So I feel like it's just a matter of time for all of these services to get rid of the exclusivity with Verizon, and these services or benefits or however you want to talk about it will be able to be carrier agnostic, just like Apple wants everything to be carrier agnostic. I mean, look at the iPhone upgrade program. Okay,
it's tight, bro.
The iPhone upgrade program is so simple, so smooth. All you need to do is be on a postpaid carrier. You can't do it on prepaid.
Right.
But let me tell you this. The day that Apple does their own iPhone subscription, the same way as you can subscribe to an HBO Max or to a Hulu or to a Disney Plus, is going to be the day that we've effectively tried everything to grow the iPhone. See, I had this conversation the other day. What does peak iPhone look like? And I think the day that subscription service comes out is when peak iPhone will effectively be in place. Because that is the day that every single possible person other than kids will have had an iPhone for free because of the installment plans on the carriers or whatever the case may be. So the only way to get people to constantly get a new phone is to do a subscription price plan so that people just pay it just like they pay their car insurance or they pay their monthly phone bill. But here's the thing though, Sneed. I just wanted to mention this. There's been a saying that Apple prints money. I think this year is going to be the first year where Apple finally takes a hit, man.
Nah.
Inflation, dog. It's too big. It's too big.
So what? Inflation is affecting every company. Why would it be specific to Apple?
And no, it's not. Yes, it's affecting Apple. They're going to increase the price by $100 per phone, right? But
that's not going to change anything.
But how many consumers are actually going to be able to buy the phone, man?
Well, I mean, the upgrade cycle has slowed, but that was happening before inflation, so that was inflation irrelevant.
Right. I have a very strong feeling.
And Apple has proven that no matter what they charge, people buy.
I have a very strong feeling, Sneed man. We're going to see a lot heavier carrier promotions because this is
but that's not a good sign, Moose.
Well, going back to the John Donovan days, the only reason why people were switching to AT&T was because of the promotions, the same way as the other carriers. But here's the difference. When McElfresh came in and he had a totally new leadership team, the new leadership team said, and you can quote me on this, we have to provide installment plans to everybody, including existing customers. That was the game changer.
That was smart.
That was the game changer. And by the way, AT&T is still the only carrier up until now to not enforce you need to be on Magenta MAX for T-Mobile,
Verizon.
or Verizon. You have to be on the top 2 plans in order to get the.
No, Verizon opened it up.
Finally, but here's the thing,
But
though,
if
Sneed.
AT&T never did it, they wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Verizon had to open it up because they realized that people did not want to pay a significant amount of money for their service when they can easily go to Spectrum or Xfinity Mobile if you're in market for that. And by the way, Sneed, don't forget this. Spectrum and Xfinity have yet to really pull the biggest string that they can pull in terms of their MVNO business. As soon as they open up their streaming options, if you have, like, for example, if you have the streaming option on Xfinity or on Spectrum,
just cable TV on the go.
No, so their streaming option, right? You may qualify for the MVNO, Spectrum Mobile or Xfinity Mobile. It's over then.
You because think that's gonna happen for sure? That's a foregone conclusion.
I can guarantee you right now, right the day that I told you.
Even if you're not served by them directly, you would get in on the streaming service?
Today, I'm telling you right now, right the day that I told you.
On the
record.
Have
this on the record, June 3rd, right? 2022. The day that they open up, if you have the streaming option with Xfinity or Spectrum, and you want wireless, they'll give you wireless. You don't necessarily have to have internet, because the reason why they're doing it where you have to have internet is because they want you to be sticky.
Yeah,
remember,
they want you on all the services, right?
Right. Their MVNO business is a retention tool the same way that HBO Max was a retention tool and Disney Plus and whatever. It's not an acquisition tool. The acquisition tool will always be
price.
The device promotions. Always.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how people make their purchasing decisions. I mean, people come and go all the time. They will switch carriers based on a promotion at that moment in time. Right? So if somebody offers them the free iPhone 13 Pro, they go. And I think that's why AT&T was smart to go with the existing customer and the new customer to get the same deals. You're not going to lose. You're going to gain, right? You're reducing churn, keeping your customers happy, and then you're trying to get new ones too. Especially, I think AT&T took advantage of Sprint churn. I think they really have a lot of Sprint customers. I think a lot of Sprint customers at AT&T. The problem is they're very cost sensitive. So anything AT&T does could totally backfire, and all those gains they took from T-Mobile, from Sprint, they can lose those customers back to T-Mobile or prepaid or MVNO. I think Spectrum and Comcast also took customers from T-Mobile, from the Sprint churn side. They had to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you don't add like 330,000 customers as an MVNO without taking big from the Sprint switcher pool or whatever. Good points, Moose. I think a lot of that is very possible. We'll see what Verizon does. I don't know. I don't know if they're long for the Disney Plus, the Disney bundle. It's a good relationship they have. They may just be sick and tired of paying it. They're looking at these ARPU things. They're looking at the profitability side. They've upsold everybody that they probably think they could have. And if they have a bad Q2, I mean, I think anything's on the table, Moose.
Well,
I mean, do you think Hans is probably scrambling at this point if things don't look up by the end of the quarter?
From my honestly, man, from what I'm hearing, Verizon right now is scrambling. And by the way, I want to put this on the record too. June 3rd, 2022. I don't anticipate the Disney bundle to stay on much longer. For new customers, I think it's going to be gone before the end of the month.
And you think it's going to be like an AT&T situation where the existing customer can keep it?
I think that the existing customer will keep it until the year is over. So like if they started out in this, they have conditions, right? It's only for 1 year or whatever.
Let me get this straight. You got AT&T making a move, and then Verizon just follows.
Think about it like this, Sneed.
Because that'll be 2 for 2, bro.
Yeah, but think about it like this, Sneed. These decisions were not made on a whim. Something this big at the corporate level is not a week by week basis.
No, it's
right?
been on the table.
It's been on the table for months, right? This Disney Plus situation that we're talking about, I already guarantee you, they already know how many people did not sign up for the Disney Plus bundle or even the Disney Plus originally. And they're realizing that they're spending more money than they're actually making from this transaction. So in every corporate environment, the first thing that you start thinking is, wait a minute, I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my energy. I don't want to just give away free money. I'm going to cut it. I can guarantee you that that's why the Play Plus was announced in March, right? It was March, right? The Play Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Play Plus was initiated in March. They're doing trials on Play Plus now. I can already guarantee you that.
So
They
that means
said that
the latest we have a launch in July.
I'm anticipating that Play Plus will be at the latest by July.
That'll be very swift.
Yeah.
We got a super chat. This one is from Pete. Appreciate you. Happy Friday, y'alls. Enjoyed the interview over on the Best Phone Plans channel last night. Moose, you got to watch it. I'm interested to hear Sneed's take on MobileX. Will their approach resonate with consumers and be profitable for MobileX? All right, I think then it's about that time. I think a couple people have asked for the MobileX stuff. I don't have much to share. I can describe the philosophy of the business, and then you guys can kind of take from it what you may. I'm just looking at it from face value. Everything that Peter Adderton told us yesterday, whether it was on the recording or off the record, I'm going to tell you guys something about Peter Adderton and what he's doing. Peter Adderton is building the MobileX platform to create a precedence, to do something that has not been done. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to break the prototypical, stereotypical unlimited plan format. He is trying to bring awareness to the consumer's thinking process. Peter Adderton is a very strong-willed individual. He's an independent thinker. He's a very intelligent man. He's driven. He is successful. He is proven. And he has no problem and no question fighting for business. He is perfectly fine scrapping. I got to see some of the app. I got to see he described some of the plans, like in terms of like how they plan on executing things. It's uniquely refreshing. It's different. And probably the most important element of his business model is you are going to be empowered as a customer, which is something that has never happened in wireless. Moose, name one time the wireless customer had power.
Never.
Don't the carriers dictate the plans?
Yeah.
Don't the carriers dictate the amount of data you get?
Yeah.
Don't the carriers dictate your priority?
Yes.
Don't the carriers dictate your QCI?
Yeah.
They dictate everything, and you either accept the terms or you don't. Here it is. Take it or leave it. Mr. Adderton is going to do things differently. I can't give you guys details. I just can't. The man deserves the respect. He asked for, confidential. I'm giving him confidential. But you guys know me. I shoot straight. I'm excited about what he's going to do. This is going to probably shake up the thinking customer on this channel. You guys are going to be refreshed. This is going to be something different. It's not, he said it very, guys, he said about 3, 4, 5 things that are so glaringly obvious about their business model yesterday. He didn't have to say them directly. There were times where I asked him questions and he couldn't answer them. That tells you something. Those are touchy things. And then sometimes he gave you straight answers, which means he was easily able to disclose those things. Go back to Dennis's live stream, watch and listen. There is so much in there that he discussed. So if he said something, take it to heart. And if he didn't say something, take that to heart too. He's not my friend, Josh. He's not my friend. I have no friends in the industry. I mean, I don't know anybody at these carriers. I know. Do you follow Peter Adderton on Twitter? Because that's how I know him from. I follow him on Twitter.
You know, the one thing that I can say about MobileX, though, is the marketing campaign has to be better than T-Mobile if they really want to scale. And again, one of the things that I've been saying is that T-Mobile's not a telecom. They're a marketing company. They're a marketing machine. Okay. MobileX is going to be for a very niche audience at first. But to get it to scale, it's going to be very difficult, especially if they don't have the carrier promotions or some type of discount or whatever. Think about it like this. The ideal candidate for a MobileX person will be somebody that purchases their phone outright, so they don't have any payments or anything like that. They're carrier agnostic, right? And wants to travel a lot. Or vice versa, somebody that doesn't need that much data, they could go on MobileX and they could pay the bottom rate price. That's the three things that I've heard from him in various other live streams that he's had. And also keep this in mind too, since he's going to be on the Verizon network, right? MobileX will be on the Verizon network. He disclosed that a couple of times ago, like a couple of live streams ago. It's going to be very interesting because Verizon by itself does not have good carrier relationships internationally. You have to pay a lot of money with them. So he has to build other partnerships worldwide, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see it. I'm not saying that they're not going to be successful. They probably will be successful what they're trying to do. But my first question is, how are you going to scale? If you're not at the same level of marketing as T-Mobile, then you're going to be at the same level as Dish right now. Nobody cares, even if you're the best right now, like in terms of technology wise and efficiency wise and backhaul wise, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The thing about Peter Adderton, and this is where he matters, like he doesn't care about like the numbers, for example. Like he made it very clear that he's just trying to be disruptive. And he's a very driven individual. Moose, MobileX is not going to fail. I know people like Peter Adderton. These are the people that succeed in this world. They won't accept losses. They just persevere and they just work hard until like they literally pass out. Like he probably sleeps very little, like because he's probably always working, thinking, developing, improving. I know guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they're machines. He's not going to lose. And he doesn't have far to fall. Like he's starting from nothing. So like what's the worst thing that could happen? He shuts it down in 5 years? He shuts it down in 3 years or something. I don't know. What would be the worst case scenario?
I think what he's trying to do, to be completely honest with you, and Peter Adderton's a very smart guy. He's a billionaire. If I was to bet on what Peter Adderton's trying to do, and I hope somehow he listens to this, if he's positioning himself to become a disruptor and to become a potential acquisition target for Google, potentially, for Amazon, potentially, for even Apple, potentially, I think he's positioning himself and building all the building blocks to be bought out. The reason why I say that is because his plan will work and his ambition is great, but the one thing I keep talking about is scalability. He does not have unlimited capital, nowhere even close to it. But
he said yesterday he's operating on the cloud. He doesn't need traditional retail. He doesn't have to do it the way it's been done. He's writing his own book.
Chacha, I'm telling you, he is going to be positioning this company to be bought out by a bigger company that has even more money that can take this to the next level of scale.
So if somebody buys him out, then he succeeded?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on. What is every billionaire's goal? To make a product, or actually, let me put it a different way. When Peter Adderton first started, what was his goal? To become rich, right? How did he become rich? He got bought out by Sprint, right? Boost Mobile, right? This vehicle that he's doing, this MobileX, I'm telling you, has all the writings on the wall that this thing is going to be bought out by somebody bigger, like an Amazon, like a Google, like an Apple.
That's only because they don't think of these things first.
No, it's not because they don't think of these things first. It's because it's easier. No, dude, you don't think that, think about it like this. If Google has Google Fi, right? And Google Fi is very similar to MobileX in the sense of you pay one flat rate and then you have international roaming at a certain, all that stuff, right? Right? The only thing different that MobileX brings to the table is that you can connect anywhere, Wi-Fi plan, whatever, and you have a very advanced billing system, right? That's the niche portion of it, like the critical aspect of it is this billing system and dynamic, utilization of the network, dynamic utilization. I think that's the right way to talk about it, right? It's like, you don't need 50 gigs all the time, right? In terms of data utilization, right, for your plan. Sometimes you need one, sometimes you need less, right? Fancy billing right there, dynamic billing.
You know what's interesting, Moose? I'm looking at some of the comments in the comment section. There's some people saying, like, this is going to fail. Nobody wants this. Well, what do you want? What do you want? Are you happy with the way things are? Or do you just want unlimited data for $4.99 a month? $4.99. Because nobody can offer that. It's not getting any cheaper. Like, you're never going to pay less than what you're paying for right now. Do you people understand that? The SMT Nation, hear me and hear me good. You are never going to pay less for service than you are right now. I hope you understand this. Your bill is not going to get cheaper ever again. Like, whatever you're paying for T-Mobile right now, Verizon, AT&T, Cricket, you pick. You will never pay less ever again. This is it. This is the lowest your bill's ever going to be. Peter Adderton is going to come in and do something different. And you can choose to try. You can choose to entertain it or not. If you're a power user, he said it yesterday. It's not going to work here. You're going to be paying a lot of money. Right? T-Mobile probably has 100 million of their customers using 20 gigs or less of, data, or 30 gigs of less. So they can absorb 10% of their customers using 50, 100, 200 gigs of data a month. You see what I'm saying? AT&T is a very similarly sized wireless company to T-Mobile. 90% of their customers use 20 gigs or less. They can absorb 10 or 11 million customers using 100 or 200 gigs a month. MVNOs can't do that. So if you are a 200 gig terabyte customer, which is, I guess, technically, according to the MNOs, that's network abuse, they're willing to tolerate you until they're not. What can I tell you?
Let me ask you this. What do you think is the most successful MVNO that's not owned by a first party?
It was TracFone. Well, in terms of size,
Yep.
right?
Right. Okay. Besides TracFone, because they're now bought.
What
comes to mind? The first one that comes to mind.
Well, Metro is owned by T-Mobile.
Correct.
Is owned by AT&T.
But Cricket.
Yeah. Boost is
Come on, it's on the tip of your tongue.
Sprint. I mean, now the most successful MVNOs are Cabletown.
No, I wouldn't even say that.
Growing carriers. What do you mean, Moose?
I'm talking about separate out. It's owned by a big company. What's the most successful MVNO right now?
Owned by a big company?
Not owned by a big company.
Not owned.
There you go. People on the comment section know what I'm talking about. Mint Mobile. Mint. Why is Mint successful? Because not even US Cellular. Yeah, no, not US Cellular. US Mobile.
I don't get how Mint is considered successful when Mint can't even sell their business. They've been actively shopping Mint for over a year and it can't sell.
I'm telling you this. Listen. If normal people, right, on the street know Ryan Reynolds is doing an ad for Mint Mobile.
Yeah, but he's paying out of his pocket for that ad. That company doesn't make enough money to do that.
It doesn't matter. It's all about the advertising. If you win the advertising
war, the company's not paying for it. He's paying it out of his freaking payroll from movies.
No problem.
What do you mean no problem?
He owns a portion of the company. He owns a portion of that company.
Business, Moose.
Every company that's trying to be acquired,
he's losing money.
Every company that's trying to be acquired is running at a loss. Always think about that. Anytime a company is trying to be acquired, it's running at a loss.
100%. 100%.
WeWork running at a loss.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
MobileX will run at a loss. I'm guaranteeing you right now. It will run at a loss. It will not be profitable. If it comes to pass that MobileX is running at a loss, I am telling you right now, June 3rd, 2022, Moose predicted MobileX is trying to be acquired. The writing is on the wall.
So you got MobileX crapping out within a couple of years?
I think MobileX will have a good. Damn, this is a tough one to predict.
Where do you think MobileX is going to struggle? Acquiring customers or retaining customers, or both?
I think it's going to be attracting customers.
So getting them to even try them.
The reason why I bring it up is because if he's focusing strictly on US market for the initial launch, then US customers are totally different than international customers. And even international customers are, different subsets, right? But he is going to disrupt the concept of wireless, billing wise, dynamic, changes to the account. But at the end of the day, he doesn't own anything other than his platform, right? His cloud-based software, whatever he has, right? He's going to be selling that idea to somebody. I'm telling you right now, man. He's going to prove that it works, prove that people want it, prove that it's going to be happening, and he's going to try to sell it to a carrier. Or, sorry, not to a carrier, to a company like Apple, Google. Cha-cha, Carlos, what's happening, bro?
What up?
What up, Los?
What's going on?
Talking about MobileX, dog. What do you think?
What is the picture on my avatar?
What is it? I don't see it.
Oh, I think he's coming back in.
No down. So yes, Sneed, I'm telling you, man.
Oh man, this shit's gonna kick me off. So, what is the picture on my avatar?
What is it? I can't see
What
it.
does that tell you? You gotta look, bro. You gotta see.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
It's a bird?
I don't know, bro. It's a pigeon. It's a fat pigeon blowing smoke, bro.
So what's that? What, I don't get the reference. What's a carrier pigeon?
Bro, it's just gonna fly away like the wind, bro.
Jesus.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I don't know.
What's up, Ricky?
So
RFK's in
what
the
is
house.
this about MobileX?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
By the way, it looks like he's gonna start giving out some trial sims and letting people experience the app and working with the AI and stuff like that. So that's coming out very soon. And you guys know I will disclose whatever I'm allowed to. Whatever he says I can talk about, I will. Whatever he says I can describe and mention, I will give that to you guys. You know, whatever he clears me for, I will do.
no. A lot of
I know
people wanted
Carlos
to
is
know.
excited to try it. You know, I know a lot of people in the community are excited to try it. We'll see.
Well, I just want to see what it's about, bro. I mean,
Carlos,
I just
do you think it could be a good primary line?
for some people, yeah.
Do you think it
For
could
the
be a good secondary line?
yeah,
Be right back.
secondary, yeah. For a person that's a heavy user, yeah, of course.
You know, I want to see it. You know, people
But
are upset with the current market. Well, then how do you turn away something that is new coming to market?
the the problem is where I think it's gonna kick him in the ass, bro. Is gonna be literally where he gives you the option, how he was talking about the option of I'll get you to another company that if we can't work out for you, like what is he gonna do, bro? Like he's gonna eat the cost of the month, that you used, and then like let's say if you were 2 weeks
Carlos, he
onto it,
said there's a
3 weeks
10-day
onto it,
trial. He said there's a 10-day trial, and
yeah,
he
and the
said
10-day
within
trial.
those 10 days, he's going to know everything he needs to know about your usage. And he can predict the rest of your month and how the months are going to go.
I really doubt that, bro. I mean, every person changes, bro. That's the problem. You can
Well, yeah,
have
I
2
mean,
months that are steady, then all of a sudden you have a month that's super crazy, and then you
yeah,
have a month that's nothing.
yeah, and your experience, it can be adjusted. Like it's going to be an intelligent platform. You know, that there's some cool stuff that he's going to bring to the table, man.
I mean, yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, bro, like, I already know that he's working with the Verizon engineering team on the core. They're using that platform is going to be used for the core, for how to outcome it. I'm not stupid for their standalone shit. Not stupid, bro. I've already talked to a couple people that have confirmed that to me that work at Verizon, which is
All right,
good.
Lo. Yeah.
That gives him the upper hand. It gives him that he's not just designing his MVNO to he's gonna that's where I feel that he can eat some of the cost, is because he's making money the other end too. So I mean, it's a great concept. It's a great thing that he's doing. Not gonna say no, but I mean, to the average person, it'll work great, 100%. I'm not gonna downplay it.
We can there's some positive things and there's some things to be excited
Yeah.
about. Let's pivot and talk about Dish actually. We've heard, Dish talk about this publicly at their most recent conference. They've got launches of more cities and markets,
Oh,
for their network.
it's already live. All the cities on the list are live. They just did 5 more beta cities. and they're adding more to the list daily.
Where's the CLE, dog?
I think they're waiting on people to fly down there to be. Remember, it's hand delivered.
So what I would want to see is, and what I would want to know is why there aren't existing offices. It looks like they're building as they go. I mean, that's the impression I get.
Oh my god, dude! It keeps rushing. I don't know why, but they're gonna add. I know that they did 5 more cities that they're right now sending the beta testers. They're like hand delivering their phones, stuff like that, and then after that, let's say like if they get done in South Dakota first, then they'll move to the next city. That crew will fly to the next city and start doing the white glove treatment and stuff like that.
You got to be able to do simultaneous launches, Los.
Well, right now, bro, it's hard to get good. It's hard to get reliable, trustworthy people on the team. You feel me?
Yeah, I do. As a business operator, I know what you mean, sir.
So that's, and at the same time, right now you'll probably start seeing some Dish wireless trucks rolling around there, like testing the network. You should be seeing it in every city that has not been announced yet. Because the reason why they started with those 5 to hand the beta is because that means they already had the people do the drive test and optimization test. So you should be seeing them in your city. You gotta pay attention. You'll start seeing them. They're big white trucks, and they say Dish.
Are they like Room Raiders trucks, or are they like box trucks?
Or it'll say, or it depends, or it'll be the Project Genesis SUVs. Depends. And it'll say Project Genesis. They're all black.
All right, we'll be on the lookout. Carlos, you know I'm a pretty observant dude, bro. I see everything. I notice all that stuff. What I'm kind of curious to see is what the retail channels are going to be. How are they going to select where they actually sell the services?
It's gonna be mainly it's gonna be existing Boost locations,
like Boost pilot stores, like high traffic Boost stores.
Yep, they're gonna go through. They're gonna say, okay, well, this store is doing X amount of volume, X amount of this, X amount of that. Then they'll be like, okay, this store qualifies, this store qualifies, this store qualifies, and then they'll start training the employees with the system and to do the credit checks and all that blah 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 stuff, and then go from there.
Oh man, it's been a long time. MT Houston, Texas in the house, my dude, man. Welcome to the show. Appreciate the super chat and glad to see you, man. It's been a long time, bro. And I have been watching a lot of your content. For those of you that want more like speed testing videos and testing out of Houston, MT Houston, Texas is the channel. Check them out.
Yeah,
Josh is saying they need to combine Dish and Boost Mobile. Bish Mobile.
Well, you already know the name's going to be Boost Infinite. It's going to be Boost Mobile for the prepaid and Boost Infinite for the postpaid. It's already 100%.
Right. We got a super chat from Green this time. Welcome to the show, Green. Thanks for tuning in and appreciate the super chat. AT&T has been on a roll. The Point, the C-band, and the San Antonio market. We're seeing that here too. Los, you seeing a pretty decent deployment out there in Vegas?
I already saw 10 different sites modified from last night to today, like 10 different sites out of nowhere.
All right, now Los, the performance has been a little touch and go.
It's only found two sites that are good. That's it.
All right, so you're gonna probably go back and test a couple weeks,
bro. And those sites were like a month ago, so I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it.
It's good here, Los. The sites have been great here, and they're on Nokia here.
All I know is that Verizon just got done filling in the rest of the sites that.
Look at Carlos back in. He keeps getting booted out and refreshed on his browser, it looks like. I don't even know if we got Los in the lab or if Los is mobile. No idea.
No, I'm mobile right now, but what I'm saying is Verizon filled in the last sites that needed, because they did like 95%, and then they left 5% alone, But now that the traffic's been moving into the N77 territory, they've been filling in those last sites. They're all filled in now. Like I have not seen a Verizon site yet that I've gone to that does not have N77 on it. Not one yet.
So Vegas is building out pretty nicely for N77, AT&T and Verizon. Dish. You've been seeing T-Mobile pretty busy, or are they kind of stalled out a little bit?
I haven't seen no action from them. It's been a standstill.
You know what's crazy, Lo? Same thing here. It's been several months, and I have not seen a new N41 site built or upgraded. I'm expecting maybe some action late summer to some of those Sprint keeps. We'll see if I'm right. I could be wrong, but Verizon's super busy. AT&T is super busy. Dish is busy too. So
Yeah.
I really feel like Vegas and Cleveland are like the same.
But we're doing those new millimeter wave.
That is crazy.
They're 5 rows, and it's all Verizon exclusive only. Like it's Verizon building them.
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I can't wait to try this stuff. I'm so excited about the MobileX platform. I'm so excited for Dish. Like, I know what I'm getting from T-Mobile. I know what I'm getting from Verizon. I know what I'm getting from AT&T. I'm excited about the new stuff. You know, this is that new pizza shop in your town because you've ordered pizza from all the other places 100 times and you're ready to try new pizza, you know?
So Sneed, so like when it comes down to Dish, bro. So what a lot of people, the only people that are gonna notice that you're connected to either native or roaming is literally gonna be people like us, because you're gonna pay attention, have your apps that tell you and all that. To the average Joe Blow consumer, you're not gonna be able to tell nothing, bro, because when it
All right, Josh, I will definitely do that. I will primary MobileX for a month. I will do that. It is on Verizon, dude. I could do that.
I'm pulling out my laptop right now, bro, just to stop this. But basically, what's gonna happen with this is you're not gonna know that you're on roaming. You're not gonna know that you're on native. It's gonna be so, dude. I've been working on this, bro. So it's like I'll be on a call talking, and you'll never know that I'm on AT&T roaming. You'll never know. It migrates smoothly. The call doesn't drop. Nothing. It's just a easy peasy migration into the roaming, and vice versa. When you go back to native, you'll never know. You could be on a Zoom call. You'll never know that it switched.
Josh, you really think that MobileX is for customers that don't use data?
It's because he's
the urge to speed test or watch videos. Yeah, I mean, speed testing doesn't really make too much sense because I'm controlling the speed. Right? If I have control of that, then what do I need to speed test for? And if I want to watch video in 720p or 480p, if I can control all these elements of all this, then why do I need to test that? I don't know. I guess you guys you'll have to see.
Bro, because what a lot of people are looking at, they're basically just looking at it, bro, like it needs to be this, it can't be anything else, but what they don't understand is that it's not meant to be catered for the person that's abusing the network. And carriers are cutting down. The carriers are actually getting really strict on that too.
They are. They're starting to really notify people that are 500, 600 gigs, right, Los?
Yeah, they're not playing no more. Keep doing your speed test to blow up your shit. You're gonna see. You're gonna be crying. You're gonna have your thumbs.
You know what's crazy, Los?
Your thumbs.
You like I do this as like on my channel, right?
That's me, bro. I'm going in with the laptop so I can get out of the mobile.
All right, we got Los on the laptop, I think, coming.
Yeah, I'm on the laptop now. Is it good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Still got an echo.
Hold on a second. Let me fix that real quick. Sorry about that, bro. There you go.
Yeah, the speed testing. I don't know if you guys know, but I probably only run like 3 or 4 speed tests a day. And the only time I usually run them is when I think the network is being funny. Now, when I make my videos, I speed test. But that's about it. I don't speed test just sitting at my house.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, like what you were saying, bro, you don't sit here and every moment you're sitting here and blowing up your speed
Carlos,
test.
I this is my house, right? I work at the same place every day. I don't need to speed test that. I know what it is.
Well, tell that to some of these guys on here, bro. Like they'll blow that shit up.
I don't need I don't need to speed test the same tower site at the same time from the same place every day.
Yeah, bro.
If it feels sluggish, then I might run the test to confirm if there's a problem with the network. But I'm not just gonna sit there and run tests on Ookla just because. Oh, I got unlimited. Like it ain't even like that, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's how I am too, bro. Like, I mean, honestly, bro, I don't even care even if it's sluggish, bro. I still use my
No, if
phone.
it's sluggish, I will check. If it's sluggish, I gotta check because I want to know what time of the day this is happening. I want to know the situation. If it's bad enough and it lasts long enough, Los, I'm reaching out. And then if I can get confirmation that the tower is getting, if there's maintenance, it's down or something, those are the things I want to know. I have a right to know that.
Well, yeah, of course. That's if you want to check that out, of course. But a lot of these guys, bro, they just want to hit that test, bro.
Why do you guys think that T-Mobile stopped whitelisting the Ookla app?
Because it was blowing up their data too. It was blowing up so much bandwidth.
It was literally affecting their capacity. When me and Carlos evaluate networks, the question for me and Carlos, at least, because I've had these conversations with him, can the phone do what I need it to do while connected to this network? Now, if the video buffers, we have a problem. If the Zoom drops, if the FaceTime drops, if the call drops, the text won't send. We evaluate it based on a task, right? Now, if we're feeling that like this is me, Los, if I'm feeling like the phone is sluggish, I run a speed test and I see 4 megabits and my video is buffering at 1080p, we have a problem, sir.
Yeah, of course.
What's going on with the tower site? What's happening? Is there some situation? So like to me, that's when the capacity matters. But like if I'm moving in a car, do I care what the speed is at that moment in time? Probably not. Because I'm moving towards another site anyways. So I mean, while it might be fun, and actually, if you're mobile like that, I bet you the carriers don't give a dang how much you speed test because you're going from one site to another. It's when you're sitting at home and you are just blasting the speed test app and you got 200 gigs of usage on the Ookla app on speed testing. And by the way, Los, can you name a more data intensive speed test than a millimeter wave test?
Yep, the millimeter wave test, bro. That takes like 4 gigs on one test.
And even some of these N41 tests where T-Mobile's got like 140 megahertz of N41, they're getting like 1.3, 1.8 gigs. Those tests are probably taking a couple of gigs too.
The thing is too is honestly, bro, so at first I was like, nah, Rick, nah, bro. But Rick is right, bro. You know what? I was actually researching this and he's 100% correct, bro. you got to speed test on the single mode. He ain't BSing, bro. The single mode is for like cell phone. It's for one connection. A multi mode is for a Wi-Fi, like your home connection, like where you're sharing with a bunch of stuff, so you see what your actual total output's going to be if you're sharing it with multiple connections. So he ain't lying, bro. Like it's true, bro. And I've been testing with the single mode versus multi mode, and if your speed is really what it is, it shouldn't change by much, which I've noticed on Verizon. It ain't changing that much, especially on millimeter wave. On LTE, we can say, yeah, it does.
Well, when I test multi mode on my home Wi-Fi,
yeah,
I get like 900 megabits a second. When I test single, I get like 350.
Yeah, because 350 is for that single connection. For your home Wi-Fi, you want multi just because, it's a multi connection.
When I run a VPN, it switches to single automatically. Have you noticed that, Los?
Yeah.
Why is that? Do you know?
I don't know. I've noticed it, though.
Interesting.
But I'm telling you,
you're making me think about, like, should I change the way that I test stuff? Because, like,
look, try it. So when you're connected to ultrawide band or UC, because I noticed it on UC too, bro. On UC, it didn't change much either. So if you're connected to a good UC site, it didn't change much. So like, let's say on millimeter wave yesterday, I was getting like two gigs down and like 150 up. All right, so I changed it to single mode, and then on single mode it was like 1999 or 1998 down, and the upload was faster. It was like 170 up. I was like, okay, so it's pretty comparable. So I know this connection, even if I connect multiple devices to it, it's going to stay steady at that speed rate.
So if I'm getting... So it shouldn't deviate much? Or is it going to be...
If it's a solid connection, it shouldn't change much. But if it's a connection that's all wonky, yeah, it will.
Interesting. I'm going to start checking it out, Los. Maybe I'll do like
it, bro. I was reading about it earlier today, and because it got me thinking, like, damn, like, why? There's a reason, because you know how Rick is, bro. He ain't going to push an issue, bro, if he didn't do research. You know how he is. He'll sit there and, like, research that shit for the whole day. So I was like, nah.
I'm gonna probably do some testing, and then I'll probably do a video on it just to see what they experience. I want to be able to kind of compare it with, the nation. This is why I like to pool together everybody's experience,
Why?
And I want to do it on each carrier too.
Why you think that that like NPerf, does like the low, the high, and the median? Because it does single mode and multi mode.
Oh, are you talking about NPerf?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, it has like the average, and then it has like the peak.
Yeah, because that.
And then yeah.
Well, yeah, so that's what NPerf does.
David says, I have 2 home internet providers. I have a problem. You ever look at the NPerf Zoom scores, Los?
Yeah.
It is so bad. What is it about Zoom that is such a nightmare?
I don't know. Maybe their server.
I'm running the highest I've ever seen on a mobile network on NPerf is like 67% rated. Sometimes it's like 19. Sometimes it's single digits. Sometimes it's 29%, 30%.
Well, on my CenturyLink, it was 84. I got it. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, my fiber freaking... My streaming performance on fiber is like 96%. My browsing is like 90% or something. And maybe it is. Maybe that's a good comparison, Josh. All right, Ram says, I'm confused. This is the channel of speed testing, and now it's bad. It will blow up the carrier. I don't know, Ram. I don't think you really heard what I said. I don't speed test for no reason. I speed test when I make videos. I speed test when I feel like the phone is not operating properly. So I basically speed test so you guys can see what capacity is being built. I don't speed test for no reason, right? So I'm out there, I have an intention. I have lines that are specifically for that. I test multiple towers. I don't sit at my home tower running speed tests on a tower I know. The only time I would test my home tower is if I felt that something was wrong and my experience was, flawed in some way. And that's the thing. These carriers also look to see where your traffic is being, compiled. If it's on the same site, that's going to affect their decision whether or not to send you a notification, and alert you. I mean, heck, I would bet, Los, that some people are not even turning on their Wi-Fi. Even though they have a good Wi-Fi connection, they might not be. Which is a problem. Wouldn't you like to be connected to your home network anyways if it's yours and you're paying for it?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, if it goes down, it's nice having all that cellular backup. You just got to look at these things as tools. You use all your tools,
But I still don't like you know me, bro. I'm always on the cellular data, but of course I'm just using it normal. I'm not sitting here and like.
When I go outside the house, even when I'm like cutting the grass or something, I turn off the Wi-Fi. I'm outside. We'll go cellular. I'm okay with stuff like that. I'm cool with that.
So
big shout out to Jason D. He said overspeed testing can kill performance for others on the network, and I'd really rather not do that, right?
So basically, bro, what it comes down to is MobileX. If that's what you're looking for, they're not for you. If you're just looking to blow up a speed test every moment, then it's not meant for you.
Hey, Los, can I share some of my experiences with XFinity Mobile and US Mobile?
Yeah. How they've been for you, bro?
Bro, the US Mobile's been trash.
You see, bro. Okay,
I don't know why. What is wrong with my line?
You must be on that $35. Okay, so the $35 plan.
Where's Lawrence, bro? This is Chanel, bro.
Only gives you C-band access. That's it. N77. But the $45 one, which has warp, gives you the millimeter wave. Because I've been hearing rumors that supposedly US Mobile ain't offered millimeter wave, so I had to shut that up real quick last night on the stream. Because bro, like, I like the concept of US Mobile. They give good priority for the price. I'm not gonna let somebody poo-poo them for no reason, bro. If it works like how they say it works.
Yeah, do you think I should let this line expire and then re-up on the different plan?
Check the plan. No, you can call 611.
Bro, their customer service was so bad. I was on the phone with them for almost 3 hours.
What? Dude,
I swear to God, man.
What experience are you having, bro? Because yesterday I called to bump mine up because I did that free trial thing again just to see the free trial plan, how they prioritized it.
Mm-hmm.
And damn, bro, like I was able to upgrade it and pay the $49 of tax, and they
transferring an eSIM
like 2 minutes
and setting up everything it took almost 3 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's why I'm happy that other people are having good experiences, because mine hasn't been good. But I'm not going to let my experience impact anybody else's decision. You 100% have to try things yourself. I can only share what I've seen, and maybe what I've seen is an anomaly. The network experience, the customer care experience. I'm willing to continue to test. I'm willing to continue to use it, but I'm not happy so far. I've been much happier with XFinity. XFinity's been great. Feels like my QCI8. Feels like my 2017 Verizon Unlimited plan. Feels just like it. Feels like my 05 Verizon Unlimited plan. Hey, Onwood, what's going on, sir? Yeah, things have been good. Train says I would have them reprovision your line. I found that their 12 gig plan has priority, which is perfect for my sister. Yeah, I mean, if that's all she would need. Huh. Maybe I'll reach out tomorrow and ask them to see if they could troubleshoot whatever's going on their end.
Yeah, bro, because it's got to be something.
Because
they're open 24 hours, FYI.
90% of people, maybe more. I think so far the only people who have not been happy with US Mobile has been my experience and then also Jose from the community. He said he didn't like his experience either. And Lawrence. Lawrence didn't like it. So that's just a few, That seems like more like exceptions than the rule.
It's because it's because people are expecting that the free trial is going to get you the millimeter wave. It doesn't. It says it on there, bro. It says it's a $35 plan. And I think that's what it comes down to.
The Xfinity Mobile's been good, though, man.
You gotta read
the only thing I don't like about... So what's good about US Mobile, it shows the 5G ultra-wideband logo when you're connected to it.
Yes.
On the Xfinity Mobile, it does not.
Yep.
It just says 5G. And then I know they say, like, they don't count the ultra-wideband data usage. But, like, if you don't know you're on it, you're not sure. So you'd have to, like, granularly look at your breakdown on your statement or whatever the app says.
Honestly, bro, it's good. Those like Spectrum of the world and the Xfinity of the world is good and everything. But I think that's more towards the people that have that in their area. They have the Xfinity Comcast of the world and their Spectrums of the world. So they'll mainly be connected to the hotspots. So that's what that's mainly meant for, I think, bro. There's like...
Derek says that Spectrum Mobile has the ultra-wideband. Huh. It shows it. So Xfinity Mobile's the only one that doesn't, I suppose.
For people like us, bro, like it's heart-wrecking, bro, because you don't want to use too much and then your account gets annihilated.
Andy says he's using the US Mobile T-Mobile side, and he says it's pretty good in his experience. Do they do the same pricing model?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. There's Rolando. He said visible rules. Doyle rules. Hashtag Wayne's World. Wait, Doyle rules. That was, what's it called? That was Billy Madison, wasn't it? Well, yeah. Doyle rules. Ham and cheese, man. What's up, Brian? Metro wireless service as a good option. Some of their plans are a pretty good value. There are a couple of, I think, competing and compelling options that are a little bit better than Metro. The one thing that I think that is good about Metro is it's a better option than T-Mobile prepaid because you get better value. There's a better plan that has more like features and perks and some extras on there. So like if you were thinking about being on the T-Mobile network, but you don't want to be on postpaid, and your option is T-Mobile prepaid proper or Metro, I'd go Metro.
Yeah, because Metro, honestly, bro, of course, I've been getting these phones from Metro recently, and honestly, bro, it's not that bad. It's very comparable to a postpaid experience with T-Mobile, but of course, we already know how their network works, so either way, it's going to be the experience ain't going to change.
Yeah, the QCI situation's crazy.
But the value that you're getting through Metro is actually pretty decent if you think about it, man. Because if you look at the reality for the $60 plan, all right, that gives you even Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime alone is what, $120 a year. So if you look at it, you're getting, what is that, like $11 a month included. Plus you get the Google 100 gigabyte Google Drive or whatever.
Yeah, it's value, man.
That's about $3 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So it has its value, and it has hotspot and all that. So, I mean...
The Amazon Prime.
And if you qualify for the for the government assistance, you get that 60 goes to 30.
Oh, with the ACP?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good point. True.
$30 and you get your Amazon Prime. Hey.
Prime it up, bro. Prime it up. All right, I'll do some more testing. I got some videos to post. I hope you guys know I've recorded a ton of content. I just got to drop it. Every day I give you guys something. In fact, if you appreciate the daily uploads, just hashtag SMT for me. If you're a real one, you watch this all the way through. Hashtag SMT. Los, you want to do a hashtag for the night?
Damn, I don't know, bro.
Which, like, I just went ahead and hashtagged hashtag SMT.
Here
What you
we
want to
go.
hashtag, dog?
I got a good one. Hashtag no trick Ronalds. There you go.
For everybody out there on that ravioli gang, hashtag no tricking with the Ronalds. Dang, look at everybody hashtagging. Nice, man. You guys are awesome. Before we get going tonight, Los, is there anything for the good of the order? You want to tell anybody about what's going on or anything? Any updates?
Just be paying attention to Dish. Let's put it this way. In the markets that are launching right now, we'll give it by January the latest. The latest in the new markets, you're gonna start seeing some reclimbing with N48 and N77. FYI.
Nice.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Phenomenal, man. Can't wait to see it. We'll be looking to see. Now, Los, are they going to use the typical hardware to what we've been seeing with 3 gigahertz with like the the combo antenna radio?
It's through Sammy, through the Sammy.
Oh, so it's going to look like the Verizon stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be Mr. Sammy providing.
Because of the ORAN.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Los, you're the best, man. Be on the lookout, guys. And I will be looking out, and I will definitely be doing videos on it for sure. You guys know me. It's an observatory over here.
2 more devices, too. Motorola XT2215-1.
What is that, a mid-range?
Yes, Snapdragon 695. And then the Motorola XT2213, and they both have N70.
I might try that over the Google Pixel 6a.
It's a nice
phone. Because I got the 6 Pro. Like, getting a 6a accomplishes what for me?
The 2215-1 is basically, it's the 3rd generation of the Moto Stylus. So it has a pen and everything.
Hey, Anwar, thanks for the super chat, man. And, we appreciate you supporting us. And I'm glad to be a part of your day, man. And I'm sorry for that rough day that you may have had. I hope things work out for you. And just glad to be a part of the good part of your day, man. So that makes me really happy. And, it's kind of the purpose. I know a lot of people, have things going on in their lives. And there's a lot of things that happen. And to be part of the goodness in your day, man, very, very, very thankful to be a part of that. Thank you. All right. Los, appreciate you for stopping by. I'd like to give a shout out to Moose. Hashtag Mod Squad to all the blue mods out there with the wrenches holding it down for me. Also, big shout out to all the supporters. If you like this video, and if you haven't, please do that now. That helps out the channel a lot. You guys know YouTube views. I've been seeing creators talk about it on Twitter all day. The YouTube views are down. If you really want to help the SMT, always rate the videos. Give it a give it a thumbs up, or you can even give it a thumbs down. I don't really care. Show your engagement with the content. Comment, give your opinion. Everybody can reply and comment on all videos. And, I read pretty much everything. Anytime you guys see like a thumbs up or a heart from me, that means I read it. And I try to reply too. So I appreciate all that. Also, if you're new here, it's the first time, subscribe and then turn on and activate the bell notifications icon. There's stuff in the description box for like other community things, my Patreon page, my Twitter handle, my email. It's all there. Thanks everybody for everything. Thanks to all the supporters, long time, new. Big shout out to all the Patreon supporters, especially even through all of this, all the super chatters. You guys continue to support me. through all the things going on with the pandemic and in the economy, you guys find a way to support your boy, and I appreciate you. Thank you guys for everything. And yeah, we'll be back with another show. We're gonna do one on Patreon on Sunday if you guys want to be a part of that. So take care of yourselves. Everybody have fun this weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you all on the next one.